If coveting is a sin, one team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. You know, you open a game like that, and it sends a message. You might want to take him away, but you're not going to.
You ain't going to. My guy is better than yours. And guess what? I know you know he's good, but we're still going to throw him the football no matter what you do. This offense is confident in his ability, and this is why. He makes big plays and starts the game off with a big play.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Wide open downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Casper. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Handoff to the single back. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
We really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step 1. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own colored jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also, that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Moore will throw. Fires left. Complete downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The Ducks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting box, and they need to get something together with this possession. Oh, he's got some space. Running through contact.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Leaves it with the back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And the Ducks have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Lopez wants to fire. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
The Ducks come to the line needing just inches for the first down. The offense changing the play. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires it down the seam. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Hard running there. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. Just had to pick up a few inches on the play, and they do it on fourth down.
I mean, literally, fall forward. That's all you have to do is just give me a little bit of space where I can fall forward and you can push him forward. I like it going for it on fourth down most of the time anyways, but definitely on fourth and inches.
Unloads to the wideout. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here. Hits him inside the 20, still going. There he goes. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. A run for the quarterback. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man? Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Fit it in the window for the score.
And I like this offense. I like watching it, man. They find a way to make plays and spread the football around. But I'll tell you what, I think this QB has an eye for this guy because that's 3 TDs now in 4 games. He wants to find him to make plays, really starting to trust that receiver out wide.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the first down. He'll take the deep shot. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I know it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. Moore to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Got it in the middle. It's low. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Well, it sets up 4th and short now early in the game, and this is now a massive decision for the head coach because it is early, and how aggressive are you willing to be? You could get this first down, pay it off, go score, create some incredible momentum, or you don't get it, it completely backfires, and now your opponents are literally knocking on the door.
Trying to get it to the marker. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the 2nd quarter. After that tight first quarter, this 2nd period ought to be a lot of fun. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Moore to the air. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Ohio State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Edwards. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Lopez to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. One team will rise in the ACC standings while the other is going to sink like a stone. A harsh reality of college football when conference foes pick.
Turning it on! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Under fire. Trying to set up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Hughes. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on 1st down that just goes awry?
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Lopez wants to fire. Unloads to the right. He's got it.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like him.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He's got it again. Breaks into the open. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Ducks are on the move. Off the play fake on first down to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. And as he throws, wide open makes the catch.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
And the Ducks line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the Moorhead trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Here's a heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Good timing on the quick out. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Buys a little extra time. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
But he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Grabbed over the middle. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some space. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. The Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Speeding down the left side. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners. Takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Scrambling away. He'll pull it down. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Now on second down. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target. You can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their third possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes a grab past the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position.
And he can fill up the hand now with that big man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Find some fresh air. There he goes. The tag. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Oregon. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Off the play fake on first down. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Right on the money. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. Trying play action. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it deep.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. Fights off a defender. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will boot it away to start the second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. On the run, it's Rodgers. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He's going for the big play. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
And the Buckeyes want to move quickly. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But, maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Big, tall receiver. Figured the quarterback has an easy target. Not this time. Missed it badly.
And a lot of those big guys, they don't necessarily, some of them do, some of them are freak shows, but a lot of those big guys don't run great all the time, and you want to get physical and disrupt those routes and disrupt that timing. You can tell the timing was a little bit off on that.
Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Fires one high and deep. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got an open man. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. Oh, he's on the loose. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Looking for room. It's Hill. Runs through a tackle. Turning it on. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
How about the left side of the line, getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make the big play on the handoff to the left.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense has it. They're on the move. Flying out to the left. The 30. He's at the 20. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The proverbial rabbit out of the hat. Getting out of the Houdini-like blocks. Calling reverse and trickeration. And it worked.
It does, and it's frustrating because defensively you're thinking run, 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 and you're playing aggressive, and on that backside, man, you got to stay home. You got to be alert. You got to do your job. When you don't, here comes the reverse. Here comes the touchdown.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So they come to the line, and the Wildcats going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Hughes. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense takes matters into its own hands. The extra point here would tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia Southern has just had no answer for the onslaught they faced today. A crucial game for this team, and they did not answer the bell. They're trailing by 28 to Georgia Tech. Anything can happen down the stretch here in the Sun Belt. It's why we're here to keep you posted, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Direct snap. It's Edwards. Breaks into the open. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Ducks! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They think they can create space here with a run to the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's St. Clair. Throwing right. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The only way you go for it here is if you have a guaranteed long-term contract. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Making side adjustments here. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. On the run, still looking. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Wide receiver going in motion. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his man. It's Edwards. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive.
Ohio State offense will take over. 1st and 10.
They are backed up. Defense smelling blood as this drive starts at the 5. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got it on the outside. There he goes. At the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This is a special talent playing the tight end position because he's not a guy that's just going to catch flat routes and block. He's a guy you can line up all over the field. He can stretch the field vertically, shows off his speed. He has very rare athleticism for a guy at his position, and he showed it there on that long touchdown catch.
That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Going to swing it on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Edwards. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
The Ducks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Lopez to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Casper. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The give to the back. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Flushed out of the pocket. Got his man on the right. Strong, firm tackle.
He's just got a knack, doesn't he? Just finds his way out of things and scrambles outside the pocket and then makes plays, gets completions. It's just so frustrating for a defense to try to bottle a guy up like this with so much talent.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
First down for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Flushed out of the pocket. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Under fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode. And what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback. And you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Might be changing the route. Lopez wants to fire. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
And as a quarterback, you've got to be able to take advantage of the situation. You were given the ball in tremendous field position. You've thrown 2 straight incompletions. You can't squander this opportunity. You need a big play here.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Edwards. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the Wildcat. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky is comfortably ahead on the scoreboard right now. Frankly, the kind of lead we're used to seeing inside Rupp Arena with the Cats. They're up by 18 over South Alabama. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Sayin. Fires to the middle. It's complete. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Power football with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
They'll line up to go for 2. To the air, it's Sayin. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. He gets a block. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. They want that clock to run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle? And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Turns it loose. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That's caught. It's Porter. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Look, it's a nice gain, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you got to be throwing at least to the first down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for the big play. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And after failing to get that 4th down, it just feels like this game is over. They are going to need a miracle. They're going to need a quick 3 and out. They're going to need a turnover or something to have any shot at getting back in this game.
Fighting off the defender.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run. When they're going between the tackles, this defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll leave it with him. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
On the direct snap, it's Hughes. He's in open space downfield. Across the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air, it's Sayin. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the score.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they tried to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen.
Fires toward the end zone. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's taking a deep shot. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Let's go. Break. Quarterback making adjustments. Lopez to pass. He uncorks one deep. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
Hey, I love coaching staffs that want to stay aggressive, and here's a team that's up in the 4th quarter, and the coach is still letting his guy throw the football around, but you got to make better decisions. I mean, at this point, you're risking your team's ability to win this football game. You got to be more conservative.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He wants a big play here late. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few 1st downs and make something positive happen.
They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. And he could have gotten the 1st down, but he just scooted out of bounds, and he will be short, and it'll be a turnover.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Lopez wants to fire. Rushes on him. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Really good toughness by the QB to hang in there, take a big shot, but I will not give him credit for throwing into double coverage. So, nice job hanging in there, being tough, make a better decision, do not throw into double coverage. He got lucky that was an interception.
Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. After this, it'll be a wrap. On the move. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?